Hello, everyone. It's Ayesha here from God FM, and today I want to talk about the smart dust. Okay, because I don't think people get a full understanding of what this stuff is and what it can do to you. Um, so I'm a targeted individual, and there's lots of different things that happen to you when you're a targeted individual. Your house gets invaded, your electrics get muddled with, they have spoofing Wi-Fi's, spoofing telephone masts for local telephone networks for your mobile phones. So you're not really connecting up to your mobile telephone network, you're connecting up with the child eating, blood drinking psychopaths network. And that's what it is, let's get it right. But yeah, it's also a witchcraft attack. So you've got witchcraft, you've got the smart dust, and gassing. So there's quite a several pronged attack. They're using transformers, funnily enough, I've discovered, and they also operate everything through the earth wire. So over exerting electricity through your power, your electric plug sockets. You can't see electricity, but just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, right? Okie dokie. Just like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are also invisible, but they're there. So the smart dust is the issue. So I found, okay, now I've had the ringing in the ears, I've had the vibrating feet, the cooking of feet, I've had the vibrating vagina, vibrating bottom. Sorry to get graphic. I've also had really sore bum, aching back, sore shoulders, really painful neck. Like I feel like my head's gonna break off the neck. It's so painful. I've had really sore shoulder where I've actually thought I was broken, like I broke it or something. I've had the sniffles, the coughing, the tickly cough. I've had the croaky throat where I cannot speak and I cannot properly talk and I lose my voice. And I get a really deep voice as well, like a man almost. I've got constantly a little tickly cough. I've got really, really itchy feet also, where my feet really, really itchy, to the point where you scratch until they bleed. It's that itchy. I've had the headaches, which are so painful it feels like your head's going to explode. There's two different types of ringing, okay, that I've identified. One is caused by the lights and the other is caused by the plug sockets. Oh, I know. But when this first started, I figured that out, and God told me it's the lights that you need to watch out for. Because the lights are the new Wi-Fi, but they also emit a frequency because they're on the 2-wire mainly, okay? So audio and microphones are on the same sort of wiring also, but they are similar to the wiring for aerials. So this is mainly through the TV. So they synchronize everything through aerials and TVs and fake Wi-Fi's. And when you get a phone, they will get straight into that phone as soon as you buy it. Why? Well, because they've got to synchronize it. So smart dust is what we're talking about today. The smart dust is the key element to the whole gang stalking operation. Without the smart dust, you and I would not have any problems. And it's this simple. It really is. You wouldn't have any of the problems with the MK Ultra, the neuro monitoring, the ringing in your ears, the aches and pains in your body of any kind without the smart dust. Why? Well, the smart dust might be tiny, like the size of a pinprick. Yeah. But when the light lands on it, the lights that they point, it activates it and it grows, and it can grow from a pinprick to the size of an arm in a few seconds. I'm talking, tiny little veins, if you like, and it starts building its own little network. And it it reproduces itself as well. So it is like a parasite, and it grows, and it really goes for it. And it's a bit like the stuff they're finding in people, the white sort of clot stuff, right? It's the same sort of stuff. And if you notice, there's lots of like different dusts, okay? And I think the different dusts that they do things with do different things. Okay. There's another thing they do as well, which is where you feel really nauseous as well. And the other one, to make you really cold as well, freezing. So this is because they've been pumping the stuff into your house. I mean, in my house, I get gassed, and there's stuff being put in the water, in the drains, and then, there's the big helicopters and all those sort of things, and little buzzy planes, and all these little remote control little aircraft type things as well. So it's quite intense. And it is quite frightening. I've been raped by these guys. A lot of the women are raped because we're dealing with real sort of criminal people. And if you go to the police make out that you're crazy, and they are ready to put you into a mental asylum, who are quite happy to take your organs and sell them because they're worth £1 million. And basically, they don't want anyone to wake up. So they want you to basically stop being a problem. So they deal with you in this way. And so they recruit the local teams in, which is a satanic cult. And they do witchcraft, and they hunt you down, they follow you, they hack you, they stalk you. They can hire all the little druggy types in the street. And it doesn't matter how wealthy an area you live in, really. They can hire anyone. Anyone is bought to participate in it, to flash lights. I've got laser lights that are pointed at my house. I've had, they've even put special lights in other buildings at the right height, quite far away, to point at my house. So it's like daytime at night. I've had it all here, okay? But like I say, it is all about the smart dust. Okay. To the point where I've actually bought myself some face masks because I'm frightened of what this stuff can do, because I know how dangerous it is. And so one of the things I've noticed is they take over the hot water. And I believe they're putting a lot of the stuff in the water, as well as possibly in the gas supply itself as well. So gas is a substance that moves along in pipes, and if it moves along in pipes, it has velocity, and it has, all of that going on. And so I believe they can probably put that stuff inside there, and then it clogs up the machines. Washing machines often give in, the pumps don't want to work, boilers stop working, all sorts of interesting things. And I believe somewhere along the line they've got access to your water supply, either hot or cold or whatever, which one they're working on, mostly the hot one, and they are putting stuff in the water. It is a criminal offense to tamper with someone's water supply, and one that will put you in jail for life. It's that serious. So they try not to tamper too much with the main supply. They rather tamper with the internal supply, which is the supply of your water internally for your home. And then you can't hold your water company liable for what happens. What they do is, obviously, they come in the house, these guys, they do the home invasions. They will break in any door, and they will get in through any window because they want access. they will also synchronize everything to your house and to your car. So they will put stuff in the water for the car as well, so that you get ringing in your car, but you won't get ringing in your taxi, because they haven't got all this nano running around their vehicle, right? But they put stuff in the vehicle so that everything becomes moldy and goes green. And they do the same in the house too. So there's the different dust. So there's like a pale green dust. And then there is like a blue dust as well, which is like luminous. Oh, and then there's also the hairs in the bath, which I always find, which are strands of clever technology. I believe they are anyway. And I kept finding long black hairs in my bath, and I've got long blonde hair, so I shouldn't have found long black hairs. Sure enough, it's dyed blonde, but none of it should have been as long as it was, as black as it was. So I thought, oh, that's very interesting. So the main thing is the dust. If you don't know how it's going in you, because look, I thought that this is happening around me. It isn't happening around you. I want to tell you, all right, it's not. If you're a targeted individual, this is what they've done to you internally, okay? So they've put stuff in you. This won't affect anyone else. This is for you, okay? Like if I take my phone to the phone shop and get it wiped, the stuff will stop. And also your router and your internet supply have also been hijacked and taken over. Your electricity has also been taken over. They can switch off, believe it or not, a plug on an extension lead. That's how good they are, these guys, right? And I've seen it so repeatedly, and I'm just like, how do they do that? They're just capable of doing all sorts of things. You can upload and modify programs and servers through a USB stick, and plug sockets are just USB sticks, because this is a network. I talked about this also, that you can extend your internet network through your plug socket. So this is a network, and all they've done is they've adapted it so that your house is their network, and they've got control. And then they've taken note of your appliances, taken the barcodes and attached it to their profile of you. And then once they've hooked it up to your phone, and on it all goes, and they've in your iCloud, and they've cloned your number, and they've cloned your SIM card, and they've cloned your phone, and they've cloned you, and they've got full control and full access to everything about you. The stuff with the nano, when it goes inside you, it collects in certain places. So for me, I've noticed that it's my feed and my privates. So, logic dictates the only time my privates are exposed to anything is the toilet. So if I stop using the toilet, maybe my privates won't be twitchy anymore. Guess what? Don't use the toilet and your privates don't twitch anymore. Isn't that interesting? So for men, pee in a bottle. For women, pee in a pot. Have you got a pot to piss in? Because you might need one. Okay. Just, take care. I mean, for me, I take care in terms of the water and the milk. They are putting things in the food products now as well, in the supermarket level, right? So wash your products, and obviously meat and things, cook thoroughly. But the idea is to completely take you over. If you've not had your vaccines and you're not controllable, then this, is their method. I would say the stuff that they've put in me through the pumping of it into the air and the gassing, And the gassing, I believe, is them pumping nano into your home. That's what I believe. And so by them doing that, you're breathing it in, and those little particles are going in your lungs. But when you breathe in your nose, the first place the oxygen goes to behind your nostrils is behind your eyes, which is actually where they do the nasal test for COVID, isn't it? And then behind the eyes and the pineal gland, and all behind your forehead up there. So that's the area they really want to get to. So this is what I've noticed. And if you can stop the stuff going inside you, then you've got control of your body, right? So your entry points are the areas to protect, not just of you, but of your home. So you've got to think whatever you do on the outside, you also need to do on the inside. So for me, it's all the private areas, right? Even ladies' nipples, right? Those are sensitive areas and should be taken care of. And what can you do? You can use vinegar, you can use garlic oil, you can do rosemary oil. You can also do oranges and oil, orange peel and oil, really good, very nice for the skin. Start making your own oils and lotions. Fake tan really helps. Wear a face mask so that you're not breathing the stuff in. Get some eye drops so that you can flush your eyes out. Cover all the holes in the house. You're going to have to lock your windows, and you'll have to buy window locks, and you might have to put things on the windows, like little crystals on the handles that will fall off if they come in, and things like this. Front doors, they can lever open from the other end. So where the handle is, they can lever it from the other side and lever the hinges off and pop the door open this way. So it might be worth putting something in the way on that side when you go out. Or you could tape it down so that if it got messed with, the tape would be visible. I did this with my last property with the windows, because the people who were doing it, they put scaffolding all around the house and they messed with the hinges. So the hinges basically didn't have a pin, and they would just lift the windows off the frame. Easy peasy. Double glazing windows, some are not safe and some are. I can't remember, but it's something about the hinges on the outside, I think. And I mean, these guys can get into cameras, and then if you think you've got your Wi-Fi cameras on, what they can do is get it so that it fades and it won't work for that section of the day when they're invading your house, or they'll replay a scene from earlier in the day on that footage, so you won't actually be seeing the footage of them coming in your home. And I've had that before where I've heard them, but the footage wasn't showing them, but I could hear them. So I don't know how they were able to do that. And that was with Motorola cameras that I had some years ago. All right. So with the router, I recommend you become very comfortable with routers. Routers really are their way in. If they can get in your router, then they'll be in everything else. I, at the moment, have had to abandon having a TV. I don't have a smart TV anymore. I've got an old-fashioned TV, and then I've got a smart TV box, which is called an Apple TV box. But because these guys have been coming in the house, they were able to do things on their TV through Siri and things like this. Siri is their main way, and with this Apple TV, it had a Siri controller, and it has a microphone. So anything with a microphone is a problem I found, because the microphone wiring is the same as aerial. Don't know why, but I'm sure it's connected. But I haven't got that far yet, okay? I'm just telling you what I think, what I've noticed. So, since I've been taking these precautions, I have been feeling a lot better. And as soon as I've had something with stuff in it, I know, and I can feel it. And then I'm working on getting it back out of me pretty damn quick, because I can feel it working in me, because I've now got to the point where I know what I'm like when I'm normal, and I know what I'm like when the stuff is in me, because I've been able to do a comparison by testing different things. So certain milks I can't have, and sometimes I just have black coffee, and also running your water through the filter on a coffee maker is also very good, because it's filtering the coffee for you. So you might want to buy a Brita water filter and filter anything you drink, whether it's a fizzy drink or anything, just in case there's stuff inside. I don't know what they're putting in the food, okay? So we've got things happening at a local level, but we've also have this happening at a national level. So they're spraying it all over the world with aeroplanes. But also I've noticed that when they really want to do stuff with me, they always make it rain. And I thought, well, I know they can do stuff with the weather. And then we've got the rain clouds that come over. And don't forget, there's always some little yob or boy or whatever nearby who'll be prepared to come, move in, and start doing things. Why do they put the blowers on and the vacuums and this kind of thing? I'll tell you why. Because it emits a sound which activates certain things inside the nano, but it also synchronizes, right? So what I found, like with me, it's everything through the Home app, and that's why I think they have the Home app on Apple phones. I do think it's quite sinister, sorry, to tell you this. The maps and everything, your calendar, weather, everything. Every single app wants to track you, follow you, locate you, take photographs of you, listen to you, and all of them have your consent, because you give them consent when you buy the damn phone and when you start downloading their apps. So we're kind of stuck in this loop, which isn't very pleasant, but there's things you can do to limit the damage. If you've got the stuff inside you, you need to get it out. All right. So you can buy the horse worming paste, and you can buy animal worming pastes, and that will help you. You can also get some Ayesha's earth and take some of that every day. This will help you. Bentonite clay also will help you every day. Get yourself some puffed rice and start having that also. And bicarbonate soda also will help you until you've got to a point where you're back to normal, and then you don't want to be dependent on taking loads of stuff all the time. I mean, I don't want to have to be taking stuff every day, all day. But so I try to get myself into a position where I'm back to normal and I'm not taking anything, so that if I feel anything, I can go, okay, that's the effects of this. And then I know that's affected me. Okay? There's something about the tanning, tanned people, it doesn't affect. Don't know why. And there's something about the rices and the spices of Indian people this stuff doesn't like. Okay. So you want to start having curries a lot, okay? And you really want to start having some of the lentils and all of those sort of products that the Indians eat, because they really help. They really do. Oranges and orange peels are amazing. If you have an orange and a banana and a passion fruit and you chuck it all in a liquidizer and you drink that with maybe a bit of honey or sugar or whatever in the morning, you'll be as happy as Larry all day long. It's going to make you fire up. The other thing is stinging nettles cooked up and in the liquidizer, but it might break your liquidizer because it broke mine. So I'd only do the little leaves on the ends. I wouldn't do the stems, okay? So don't do what I do and break your liquidizer. And drink that. And that also really helps you. So there's a lot of things that you can do to help yourself. Women, makeup seems to help as well. Wearing makeup and jojoba oils and things like this on your skin and on your body. Lavender soap, hates lavender, this stuff, hates rose oils, hates anything pretty smelling, really, feminine. So if you're a lady, go and get yourself the rose petals and go and get the rose oils and the rose soaps and lavender soaps and, really have a lovely time pampering yourself in the bathroom with a nice good scrub, a nice good scrubbing brush. You can't beat a hard scrubbing brush over your body. If you've got ringing in your ears, it's because these little things have bitten you. Or they've collected, and I had ringing on my ears, and it was all around my ear, these bites, and so I had to sit and pick it apart, and I don't have ringing on my ears anymore, which is really nice. So when I get ringing in the ears, it's because of that, and I've also got a bite on my bum. It's awful, it is, and it's like a little tiny bite just above my bum, and it's like a little pimply bite. It's only small, but it's irritating and it won't go away. And I've tried to get something to take for it, to get rid of it, but it always comes back. And I think it might have been a mole that I, maybe scratched off or something. I don't know. But I've noticed that that's, seems to be right at the base of my spine. And this is all about taking over your network of you. And this includes your senses and control of your body. So sometimes you might get knee ache or ankle ache or all sorts of strange aches. Sometimes I've had it where my toe feels like it's broken. And it's the stuff. It really is. I've had it where I felt like my thigh was swollen. And I could feel it was swollen, really sore. And it was the stuff. I got it off. And it was okay after that. It's very interesting, I think. So if you're going to go around in your house barefoot, then I would take care that there's no nano stuff around. Otherwise, wear slippers and socks until you've got control of everything. Bear in mind that animals are affected by this stuff as well. So you can buy some stuff to put in the cat food or the dog food, and it gets rid of fleas and worms as well. And it tastes nice, and the animals don't even notice it in their food. So you might want to get some of that for your animals, just to make it kinder and nicer for them, because they're under the same attack as you. And they're probably more sensitive than you are. And they can't speak. So whatever's happening to me is happening to my cat. And I can tell you when because I make little machines and magnets and all sorts of little things, right? Like today, I was putting together a potato clock. Honestly, I never thought that potato clock would work, but this potato clock works wonderfully. And it's powered on potatoes. But you can power it on apples too. So that's the kind of thing I'm interested in, you know. And so anyway, you've got electricity inside you, and the electricity that they're running now, it's remote and it's wireless, just like the Wi-Fi. They can transport electricity wirelessly, and there's certain cities abroad where they're starting to do that, where the electricity cables won't be there anymore for the lights. They're going to be wireless lights. Interesting, isn't it, eh? Yeah. So we've got to remember that we're all in this boat together. Some of us are affected more than others. But oh yes, that's what I was going to tell you with Gary, my cat. If I've got this stuff off, he just loves me so much. He wants to kiss me and lick my face, and he even gets his paw and starts stroking my face with it, without his claws. He just starts stroking me and trying to thank me. It's like, thank you, it's so nice. Because even he knows when it's nice again, and he's very grateful, and he's behaves as if he's thanking me. When it's affecting him, what he does is he goes and sits in a corner and looks at the wall as a sulk. He's not happy. And if you've got an animal behaving in this way, it's because they're being affected and they don't know how to communicate. So in that situation, you really just need to be a bit understanding and supportive of your animal, because animals are going to suffer more than we are, and they don't know how to communicate. It's funny, actually. I've got a big case with magnets, broken magnets and wires inside, little coils that I've made. And it's basically, I smash up old speakers and I keep the magnets that are whole in a separate thing. And then I've got the subwoofers in another thing and whatever. And I just love magnets. So anyway, there's this box of magnets. It's all broken magnets and coils and all sorts of things in it. And my cat sits right next to that because it doesn't affect him. Oh, yes. And then where he's sitting now, there's a whole bunch of magnets on the other side, towers and towers of magnets at different levels that I've put, because I found that magnets are brilliant at helping me anyway. So I really love magnets, as I've already told you guys. If I ever am in a charity shop and there's a hi-fi system for sale, I buy it, and because it's cheap enough and I can take it apart, and sometimes I will modify my sound system at home and then change things around, and I just love it. I just find it really interesting, taking things apart. I don't know why we never did this at school, actually, taking hi-fis apart and taking video machines apart and TVs apart. And I mean, I just think it's so interesting to do it. I really do. And I just wish that they'd done this at school, because I just would have been so excited. And I think boys, at school, this is the kind of thing that they should be doing with the children. Is, this was made in China or India or wherever. Would you like to know how they made it? Let's build our own TV like they do in China. And they could call it the China Laboratory or something. And I do think, if we're going to pass over all of our technology building to a country like China or India, then I think we should also know how to do it, just in case something happened to China or India. But also, how do you know that the people who are building these things haven't put secret little microphones inside and cameras? And that's what I think about these things. And even if it wasn't the manufacturer, how do you know that the staff members haven't sneakily fitted a little camera in each little TV? Even 5 of them. And then when they're activated, it alerts them, and then they can watch you through the TV. I mean, you've got all sorts of people, and if they're building these things, imagine what they can do. That's what I think about. So with the technology and the advancements with the technology, but also the fact that we have got technology we didn't even know we have, it's really interesting. So if we've got wireless electricity and wireless Wi-Fi, wireless Bluetooth, and then we've got people who are getting their vaccines, and they also have a Bluetooth address, just like a computer address, then what we've got is we've now got an interface, and we've got communication going to various levels worldwide, nationally, internationally, locally, to a local or national network, and your data is not safe. As far as I'm concerned, having a phone number, having an email is unsafe now, as far as I'm concerned. And you can think I'm crazy if you want. Smart meters, all of this, everything is online. And it's great if you're not being hacked. But if you've got someone who doesn't like you, it's not that difficult to get into someone's information and totally screw up their whole damn life. And if you're a professional hacker, then, you could really do some damage and destroy someone. And it's coming to the point where when this technology goes this little bit further, we're really going to have problems, because they can hunt you down by your phone and your SIM card. I don't use a phone now. I don't use my SIM card. I just tell people, I'm sorry, my phone doesn't work properly. And it doesn't matter if I change number. I just have problems with it. And I don't even use Wi-Fi anymore out. I'll use the Wi-Fi if I'm at home. And even then, I know that they're in it. And I often just power everything off, switch off everything, power off the electric, the whole lot, so that they can't synchronize everything. And if I use my SIM card, it's for a few seconds, and then it's back out again. There's no point having a SIM card in. If, they can locate me and do things to me, around me, and also people can start trying to hack my phone. I've noticed, I can get a new phone, but if I put my SIM card in it, I've got a sort of a group of fan club around me, and I'm being hacked. So it's like, oh, blast. It's not worth putting data on the phone either, on the phone number, because they'll use the data to hack me. So I'm finding. But it is all about the nano. And the nano takes the instructions. So if you know that this nano is in your water supply and it's in your heating, they'll take out the copper pipes, they'll take it out, put in the plastic pipes. They'll feed in an extra set of pipes, mainly to the toilet inlet and outlet, and also to your washing machine inlet and outlet. Because they don't want your clothes to be clean, and they don't want you to be free of it. So this stuff will get inside you, Like, it got to the point where my clothes were so covered in nano, I stopped washing clothes. I just started to buy clothes. We'd just go to the charity shop, buy a pair of clothes, and then throw away the old clothes. Because, they vandalize everything as well. They chop your clothes up and put holes in everything, it's very hard work. It is. They vandalize your vehicles. They vandalize your home. They vandalize furniture, antiques. Because no one will stop them. And today, I went out and I came home, and there's a bag in the passage, and it had electrical wires in it and things, and I'd unpacked it and I'd left the bag there and there wasn't anything in it. But when I got home, there was a double set plug socket in it, because these people put it there to show me that they've been to visit. Yeah. So, and I don't know if this will ever stop. I don't know if it's just a temporary thing. But from my point of view, it's like a horror film, and it's just a bit much for me. So my attitude to it now is make the best of what you've got, and remember that they must be doing this because you're very important and you could change the world. And so this is the way you've got to look at it, as unpleasant as it is. Praise the Lord. Love you, Lord. Kiss, kiss. And he's worthy of praise. He's done what we've done, but better. And he died for us all, and he has victory. So we have victory through Christ if we believe it. And it is all about words and spells and truth and lies. And we've got to be in that movement of truth and in the flow of it, because it's a velocity, momentum thing. It's a wheel within a wheel, a time within a time. It's a reality thing that needs to maintain its pace so that it maintains its composure and conductibility, I think. Okay. So, just be mindful of what I've been saying. I hope it helps you. Lemons really help you. Lemon tea. If you want to really help your body, get some lemons and start having lemon tea. Get percolator and make percolator black coffee. And if you're going to have standard coffee, make sure you filter your milk and you filter your coffee and you filter it through a filter. Everything, yeah. That's what I recommend. And don't forget to have your fair dose of Ayesha, sir. And this kind of thing quite regularly. And I can tell you, it doesn't take a lot of stuff to go in you for this to affect you. If they've got access to your house and you're upstairs on the toilet, they can be putting something in your kettle or in your water or, in your milk. So I would change the water in the kettle every time you fill up the kettle. Run the cold water a few minutes so that the pipes are being cleaned and that you've got fresh water. Now, I noticed when the water board came to check my water, they ran the taps for ages before they tested the water. And I was like, wonder why? Yeah, interesting, eh? And they never found anything, which I thought also was very interesting indeed. But like I say, if you've got ringing in your ears, it's going to be bites on your back somewhere, bites behind your ears. Oh, hi, honey. Oh, this is Gary. Say hi. You okay? Are you sure? He looks like he's got sore eyes. He keeps blinking his eyes. You got sore eyes. Are you alright? Yeah? Oh, you're a big boy. So, yeah, I really love animals. I was brought up on a farm, and animals and I get along really well. We had horses, and we had this young horse called Sullivan, and he hadn't been broken in yet, and he was being lunged by Johannes, our driver, who was also the office, like the farm manager, and Sullivan wouldn't come to him, but Sullivan would come to me. And Sullivan and I made friends. And what I'd do is I'd stroke his nose and then breathe up his nostrils. And I'd go, "Hey, Sullivan, how are you? Love you." And I'd sing to him as a child. I was about 11 years old. And he was such a big horse, really big. And I reckon he was about, must have been 18 or 19 hands. He was a big guy, big boy. Beautiful horse. Saddler. And amazing. And anyway, in the end, he stopped coming to me because he knew it was every time Johannes wanted to put him in the lunging room. So I had to try and make friends with Sullivan after that. And we did make friends, but it took him a while to trust me after that. The animals are very sensitive to these things. And so I found anyway. And because they can't communicate, then we have to really think about what's going on for them and how the vaccines are affecting them too, you know. I think there's been reports of some people saying their animals have got aggressive and things. And I think it's the stuff, again, that they're putting in. And so we need to take care. All right. It's Ayesha from God FM. Love you all. I hope this helps you. If you want to find me, you can find me on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon, Samsung, Chrome, YouTube, Apple X, as well as TikTok and Telegram as God FM News, God FM New, God FM Radio, and God FM Group. And you can email me, admin@godfm.org.uk. And you can WhatsApp me, +44 777 35 777 And Gary wants to say hi and bye. Say hi. And bye. And bye. Oh, yes. Love you guys. Have a good day. God bless you. Hey, aren't you a cutie?